Welcome to the iRogya Wellness Podcast, your quick guide to a healthier life. In each episode, we'll explore practical tips and insights to help you on your journey to optimal health and well-being. Let's dive in.
All right, ready to dive in. Today we're taking a close look at Slenderiiz Giving Greens.
Giving Greens?
Yeah, it's this supplement powder. They say it's packed with all sorts of good stuff, like, a whole garden's worth of fruits and veggies and all those superfoods everyone's talking about.
All in one scoop?
All in one scoop. They claim it can boost your energy, make your digestion better, even help you manage your weight. Sounds pretty interesting, right?
Definitely. I've heard a bit about it. What really caught my attention was the ingredient list. Over 28 ingredients is pretty impressive.
Right. You got your, everyday spinach and kale, the basics. But then they throw in stuff like wolfberries. Have you ever tried a wolfberry?
Can't say I have.
Me neither. And chlorella, which I know is supposed to be amazing for detoxifying.
Yeah, it seems like they really tried to pick, the best stuff nature has to offer.
Okay, so let's break it down. Starting with the leafy greens like spinach, asparagus, kale, all those superstars. I mean, we all know those are nutritional powerhouses, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. They've got vitamins, minerals, fiber, even some plant-based protein. They're like the foundation of a healthy diet.
Totally. And it's not just about the quantity, right? It's about what each ingredient brings to the table. Like spinach, for example.
Oh, great example. Spinach is packed with iron.
Which we need for energy, especially if you're, always on the go, like most of us are.
Absolutely. And it has vitamin C, which actually helps your body absorb that iron better. Kind of like a dynamic duo for energy.
I like that, the dynamic duo. Now, some of these other ingredients I'm really curious about, like chlorella. You mentioned that earlier, for detoxing. And then there are those wolfberries. They sound so exotic. And I hear they're loaded with vitamin C, too.
Right. And some studies even suggest they could be good for your vision, which is pretty wild.
Huh. The things you learn. Of course, we can't forget about the more familiar superfoods, like blueberries and acai berries.
Oh, yeah. Those are classics for a reason, full of antioxidants.
Which help protect our cells from damage.
Exactly. They're like little bodyguards for your cells.
So out of all these ingredients, is there anything that really stands out to you? Anything you're particularly excited about?
What I find most interesting is that they didn't just stop at greens. They also included digestive enzymes and probiotics.
So it's not just about getting those nutrients. It's about making sure your body can actually use them.
Right. It's like, they thought of everything.
Okay, so digestive enzymes. For someone who maybe doesn't have a PhD in nutrition, break that down for me. What do they actually do?
Okay, so have you ever felt that bloated, kind of sluggish feeling after a big meal?
Oh, for sure.
That could be a sign your body's having trouble breaking down food efficiently. And that's where enzymes come in.
They help with the process.
Exactly. Giving Greens includes amylase, which helps break down carbs. And then there's protease for protein. They basically pre-digest your food, so to speak, so your body can absorb all the good stuff more easily.
Ah, that makes sense. So for someone with actual digestive issues, bloating, indigestion, things like that, these enzymes could be really helpful.
Definitely. But even if you don't have any noticeable problems, those enzymes can still help optimize how your body uses those nutrients. So it's beneficial for pretty much everyone.
I see. It's like getting the most bang for your buck, nutritionally speaking. Okay, now what about those probiotics? You mentioned those earlier, too.
Yeah. So Slenderiiz included two specific strains, Bifidobacterium brave and Lactobacillus plantarum. They're beneficial bacteria that live in your gut, and they're key for a healthy gut microbiome.
We hear so much about gut health these days. Why is it so important?
It's pretty amazing, actually. Your gut microbiome, it's like this whole ecosystem of trillions of microorganisms living in your digestive tract. And it's not just about digestion. It affects everything from your immune system to, believe it or not, your mental health.
Wow. So a balanced gut microbiome generally means better digestion, stronger immunity, and even a better mood.
Yeah, pretty much. But when it's out of whack, that's when you can start having problems like constipation, diarrhea, even more serious stuff like inflammatory bowel disease.
Okay, so these probiotics are working to restore that balance in the gut. And then that has this ripple effect on so many other aspects of your health.
Right. It's not just about treating symptoms. It's about getting to the root of the problem.
I like that approach.
And there's more. Probiotics also have anti-inflammatory properties, which can help reduce inflammation throughout your whole body. And we know that chronic inflammation is linked to so many diseases like heart disease, arthritis, and so on. So by supporting a healthy gut and reducing inflammation, these probiotics could actually play a role in preventing some pretty serious health problems down the line.
Okay, I'm seeing how important these probiotics are. But there's this idea out there that, more probiotics is always better. Is that true?
Not necessarily. It's more about balance. Giving Greens provides a specific dose of particular strains that have been shown to have benefits. It's not about overloading your gut with tons of bacteria. It's about giving your existing gut microbiome the support it needs to thrive.
So it's like adding a carefully curated selection of good bacteria, not just throwing a random mix in there and hoping for the best.
Exactly. And speaking of being carefully curated, let's shift gears a bit and talk about some of the specific benefits Slenderiiz claims Giving Greens provides. Ready to explore how this supplement might actually boost your energy levels?
Oh, definitely. I'm always up for more energy, especially, with the busy lives we all lead. And I'm sure our listeners, especially those who are constantly learning and preparing for meetings, could use an extra boost too.
Yeah, it seems like Giving Greens approaches energy from a few different angles. I mean, first you've got those ingredients we're just talking about, the iron and vitamin C, which are directly involved in energy production.
Right, like iron helps your red blood cells carry oxygen throughout your body.
And vitamin C helps your body absorb that iron more effectively.
So if you're not getting enough of either of those, you're going to feel it.
Oh, yeah. Big time fatigue, low energy levels. That's no fun.
Definitely not. And then on top of that, you've got fiber.
Fiber, the unsung hero of energy.
Right. It's all about keeping those blood sugar levels stable.
Exactly. You don't want those sugar rushes and crashes. Those just mess with your energy throughout the day.
Makes you feel jittery, and then you crash and burn.
Then you need another sugar fix, and it's just a vicious cycle.
So fiber helps prevent that.
It does. A lot of the ingredients in Giving Greens are actually good sources of fiber, like the spinach and kale we talked about.
Even those wolfberries.
Yeah. They all contribute to more sustained energy levels throughout the day, so you're not on that roller coaster.
Okay, so we've covered energy. Let's move on to another benefit that Slenderiiz highlights: improved digestion.
Yes, digestion. Another crucial aspect of overall health.
It really is, and I think we've all experienced that feeling of being like super full and bloated and sluggish after a meal.
Oh, yeah, that's never fun. And, Giving Greens actually tackles digestion from a few different directions.
So how so?
Well, first you have those digestive enzymes, which we already talked about. They help break down food more efficiently.
Right, so your body doesn't have to work as hard.
Exactly. And then there's the fiber, which we just talked about in terms of energy, but it also plays a role in digestion.
I didn't realize fiber was such a multitasker.
It really is. It helps regulate blood sugar, like we said, but it also adds bulk to your stool, which keeps things moving smoothly, if you know what I mean.
So it helps with regularity.
Precisely. And of course, we can't forget about the probiotics, which are working behind the scenes to balance the gut microbiome.
Which we know is so important for overall health.
Absolutely. And reducing inflammation in the digestive tract. So it's like they've assembled this whole team of ingredients to work together for a healthier digestive system.
I like that analogy, a team of digestive superheroes.
Exactly. And, some specific ingredients in Giving Greens also stand out when it comes to digestion, like broccoli sprouts, for example.
Broccoli sprouts. Those tiny little things.
Yes, they're known for being super high in fiber, and studies have shown that they can actually help with regularity.
Who knew those tiny sprouts had so much power?
They do. And then there's chlorella, which we already talked about for its detoxifying properties, but it also contributes to a healthy gut microbiome, so it's a win-win.
Okay, so we've talked about energy and digestion now. Let's move on to something that's always top of mind, especially during certain times of the year, like cold and flu season, boosting the immune system.
Yes, the immune system, our body's natural defense force.
Exactly. And in today's world, anything we can do to support our immune system is a good thing.
For sure. And this is where those antioxidants we talked about earlier really come into play.
Oh, right. Antioxidants are like those little warriors fighting off the bad guys in our bodies.
That's a great way to put it. They protect our cells from damage caused by free radicals, those unstable molecules that can wreak havoc on our health.
And free radicals are everywhere, right?
Yeah. Pretty much they're generated by things like pollution, stress, an unhealthy diet, all sorts of things.
So having those antioxidants on hand to fight them off is crucial.
Absolutely. It's like having a strong army to defend your body from invaders.
And Giving Greens is packed with antioxidant-rich ingredients.
It is. We've got vitamin C, which is abundant in alfalfa.
And we know vitamin C is a powerful antioxidant.
Plus, you're getting antioxidants from all those other fruits and vegetables in the blend. Blueberries, acai berries, even the leafy greens like spinach and kale, they all contribute.
So it's like a symphony of antioxidants all working together.
Exactly. And remember how we talked about the gut microbiome's impact on the immune system?
Oh, right. A healthy gut equals a strong immune system.
Well, the probiotics in Giving Greens also play a role in supporting a healthy immune response. So it's like a double whammy of immune support. You've got the antioxidants fighting off those free radicals and the probiotics keeping your gut in check.
That's like a two-pronged attack against those nasty bugs.
Exactly. Now let's talk about a topic that often comes up when you're talking about green supplements detoxification.
Oh, yeah, detoxes. I know that word can sound a bit trendy, but I'm curious to hear what you have to say about it.
Yeah, it's definitely become a buzzword, but in this case, it's not about some crazy cleanse or fad diet. It's about supporting your body's natural detoxification processes.
Okay, so how does Giving Greens help with that?
Well, one of the key players here is chlorophyll.
Chlorophyll, like the stuff that makes plants green.
Exactly. It's a pigment that gives plants their color, and it also happens to be really good at binding to and removing toxins from the body.
Interesting. So those chlorophyll-rich ingredients in Giving Greens are like little toxin magnets.
That's a great way to think about it. Ingredients like spinach, broccoli, kale, alfalfa, and chlorella, they all contain chlorophyll, and they can help your body get rid of those unwanted substances.
So each of those ingredients contributes in its own way.
They do. Spinach and broccoli are high in fiber, which helps move things along in the digestive tract.
And kale is a good source of sulfur-containing compounds that support liver detoxification.
Right. Alfalfa has diuretic properties, which means it can help flush out toxins through urine.
And chlorella, we know that one binds to heavy metals and helps eliminate them from the body.
It's amazing how all these ingredients work together to support your body's natural detox systems.
It's like they've got each other's backs.
Exactly. It's not about forcing your body to do something it doesn't want to do. It's about providing the tools it needs to do what it does best, which is cleanse and detoxify itself naturally.
I like that approach, working with the body, not against it.
Now, are you ready to tackle a benefit that I know a lot of people are interested in?
Let me guess, weight loss.
You got it. It's a topic that we need to approach with a holistic perspective.
Absolutely. It's not about quick fixes or miracle solutions. It's about overall health and well-being.
I agree. And it's important to acknowledge that a lot of people are looking for healthy ways to manage their weight. And Giving Greens does seem to offer some potential benefits in this area.
Okay, so let's talk about those benefits. But I'm glad you're emphasizing that holistic approach.
Absolutely. It's about framing it as part of a comprehensive approach to well-being, not as a weight loss product on its own.
Right, it's one piece of the puzzle.
Exactly. And some of the ingredients in Giving Greens have properties that could support weight management.
Like what, for example?
Well, remember how we talked about spinach and kale being nutrient dense but low in calories?
Yeah, they're like the superstars of the leafy green world.
They are, and that combination can help you feel full and satisfied without overdoing it on the calories.
So you're getting all those nutrients without all the extra baggage.
Precisely. And then there's cinnamon, which has been shown to help regulate blood sugar levels.
Which we know is important for energy, but also for weight management.
It is. When your blood sugar is stable, you're less likely to experience those cravings that can lead to overeating.
Makes sense. Those sugar crashes can really make you want to reach for something sweet.
Exactly. And then there's chlorella, which with its detoxifying properties could potentially help with weight loss by removing toxins that might be hindering your metabolism.
So it's not about making any grand promises, but it's about providing that extra support for people who are already making healthy lifestyle choices.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that weight loss is a complex process influenced by so many factors. And Giving Greens could be a valuable tool in your arsenal, along with a balanced diet, regular exercise, and stress management.
Right. It's about the whole picture, not just one single supplement.
Precisely. Now that we've gone through all these potential benefits, let's talk about how to actually use this product. I mean, with so many ingredients, it must be pretty complicated, right?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It sounds like it'd be a whole ordeal.
Actually, it's surprisingly simple, and that's one of the things that makes Giving Greens so appealing. It comes in a convenient powder form, so all you have to do is mix 1 scoop with your liquid of choice, and you're good to go.
So you could add it to water juice, a smoothie, whatever you like.
Exactly. And speaking of smoothies, some of the sources we've looked at actually suggest incorporating Giving Greens into smoothies as a delicious and nutritious boost.
Oh, that sounds good. I love a good smoothie.
They even provide some specific recipe ideas.
Ooh, recipe ideas. I'm all ears.
We can dive into those a bit later, but first, let's take a moment to summarize what we've learned so far. I mean, we've covered a lot of ground.
We have. What would you say are the key takeaways for our listeners?
Well, I think what's most impressive about Giving Greens is that it's not just a one-trick pony.
It's not just about getting your greens or improving digestion or supporting weight loss.
Exactly. It's about addressing multiple aspects of well-being in a holistic way.
It's like a multivitamin, a digestive aid, and a superfood all rolled into one.
That's a great way to put it. And with its convenient powder form and simple daily intake recommendation, it's easy to make it a part of your routine no matter how busy you are.
I don't know about you, but I'm definitely feeling intrigued. I might have to try this, Giving Greens myself.
I'm thinking the same thing, and I'm curious to hear what our listeners think as well.
So we've talked a lot about the theory behind Giving Greens, the ingredients, the potential benefits. But at the end of the day, it all comes down to how it actually makes you feel right.
That's what really matters, right?
Right.
The real-world experience.
Exactly. And I think that's what a lot of our listeners are wondering, like, what can they actually expect to feel if they start taking Giving Greens?
Well, it's important to remember that everyone's experience is going to be unique.
Right. We all have different bodies, different lifestyle.
Exactly. Supplements are designed to support your body's natural processes, not to provide instant results or a quick fix.
So it's not like taking a magic pill and suddenly everything is different.
Right. It's more about providing the tools to help your body function at its best.
Okay, so it's not about making promises, but about empowering people to take control of their health.
Exactly. And the specific results you experience will depend on various factors: your current health, your diet, your lifestyle, even your genetics.
So it's really about personalizing the experience, recognizing that there's no one-size-fits-all approach to health and wellness.
Absolutely. Have you heard from people who have tried Giving Greens? What are they saying about how it makes them feel?
Yeah, I've heard from a few people who have incorporated it into their routine, and they say they're feeling more energized, they're experiencing better digestion. Some even say their immune system seems stronger.
That's great to hear. Those are all really positive signs.
It seems like it's about those subtle but noticeable shifts that add up to a greater sense of well-being.
Exactly. You might not see a drastic overnight change, but over time, you might find yourself feeling more vibrant, less sluggish, just healthier
I
overall.
like that. More vibrant, less sluggish.
It's about supporting your body's natural ability to thrive.
Instead of trying to force it into some specific outcome.
Right. It's about working with your body, not against it.
That makes a lot of sense. So we've covered a lot of ground today, exploring the ins and outs of Slenderiiz Giving Greens. And I have to say, I'm pretty impressed with what I've learned.
I am too. It's a really interesting product with a lot of potential benefits.
It seems like they've really thought about everything from the ingredients to the way it's formulated to the potential impact on overall health and well-being.
I agree. It's definitely not your average green supplement.
Well, I want to thank you for joining me on this deep dive. It's been a pleasure having you here and sharing this information with our listeners.
The pleasure was all mine. Thanks for having me.
And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in. And remember, the best way to know if Giving Greens is right for you is to try it for yourself and see how your body responds.
And keep in mind, true health is a journey, not a destination.
It's about making small, sustainable changes that lead to big results over time.
Absolutely. So keep exploring, keep learning, and keep striving for that optimal health and well-being that we all deserve.
Well said. Thanks again, everyone, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.
Thanks for tuning in to the Irogaya Wellness Podcast. Remember, small steps lead to big changes. If you're curious about the products we mentioned today, you can find them all at irogaya.com. That's AIROGYA.com. And hey, use the code IROGYA15 at checkout for a 15% off discount. Please note that the code is not applicable for Europe, some parts of the Middle East, and South Africa. Until next time, keep taking those steps towards a healthier you.